Hello, hello! Welcome back to Everything and the Gym. Today with me I have, who are you guys?
Jesse.
And Mike.
And what do you guys do? What are you here for? What's your name?
So Jesse, I'm currently the plant manager at the Langford Wind Farm, but I've been into the health and fitness industry for over 20 years, whether it be competitive bodybuilding, powerlifting, Spartan races, marathons. So just kind of overall, I'm also married and children, and so my goal now is to, I know we'll talk about it later, but just to be healthy for my children and to live an active lifestyle.
Yeah. What do you do?
I work in renewables as a field engineer, and I haven't been in the fitness industry by any stretch. I just started, really, I've been working out with Jesse a little on and off for years, but really intense for the last 3.
So you're the leader.
In the fitness world.
Okay, so let's hop into Crusaders Forge for just a little bit, because people are probably wondering what's behind you.
Right. So, I've always had the passion for, fitness and health, and I've loved powerlifting and bodybuilding, and, believe in being safe, and, believe that we had something to bring to the world, and talk this guy into it, but I got him into fitness too, so we partnered up and we created Crusaders Forge.
And what is Crusaders Forge?
So behind the name, a crusader is somebody that fights vigilantly for something, right? So we're fighting and we're promoting people to fight vigilantly for their health, because it is a battle. Nowadays, the world wants us to stay on our phones, stay on the TVs. You go to parks and all the parents are sitting in the cars and not being engaging their children. So that's what we're fighting for. And the forge is somewhere where pressure and heat is used to form something beautiful. So we're like forging our bodies to be in, the ultimate, shape and the best health that people could be in. So that was kind of the...
You guys started with a truck though, right?
Right.
We actually started working out with people at a park. It was like, we just wanted to go, after he helped me lose 70 pounds. I lost 50 in 90 days. For me, it started out with a 5K. I ran a 5K with him back in 2020, and I ran it and I was absolutely wrecked. Like, I thought, these people are insane, driving out here and doing this to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, it was really bad. Like, and I thought I'll never do one of these again. And during 2020, I ended up getting COVID at the end of the September of 21, and my health got way worse. And I was seeing a cardiologist. They wanted to take my gallbladder, and my health issues I couldn't breathe from my bed to the closet. I'd be out of breath. And so I just thought, I'll never do a push-up again. I'll never do a pull-up. And it was getting worse and worse. And then I prayed, like, with kind of out of anguish, really. Like, I was pretty messed up. So I prayed and prayed really hard one time, and I got up and I went to the gym with them. 4 in the morning is when he goes. So started going. I wanted to be able to do things with my kids, like he said. I want to be able to do things with my kids and my family still. I didn't want that to be the end. So whenever I went, we said, let's book another Spartan race, but double it. Let's do a 10K. So this was just after Christmas. It was actually Christmas night when I went in. I thought I was having a heart attack. It was a gallbladder thing. Oh. So December 26th was really the first day that it hit me, and March 26th was the day of the 10K Spartan race we booked. So I thought I got 90 days to lose some weight and get ready for this Spartan race. And so it was March 26th we showed up. I was 50 pounds lighter. And when we got to the 10K, they said they had to shorten it because of the fires around there. They couldn't start a fire. So it was 2 5Ks. So the obstacles were duplicated. We had to do, instead of 30 obstacles, it was 50-something obstacles. So even bigger. And we did it. And I fell in love with the Spartan races. So I ended up doing 2 more 5Ks and a 21K that year. And I've been doing the trifecta every year since then. But I wanted to take what he showed me and
Yeah.
like get other people to feel what this feels like. To not have a hard time breathing from your bed to your closet, or thinking like, I'll never do a push-up again. I'll never do a pull-up, you know? And now it's like, now it's a game changer.
So who started the workouts in the park?
Yeah, so I started the boot camp thing. We're both originally from Abilene, so we don't know a ton of people here, but we got a couple boot camps going, but with our work schedule, it's kind of hard to keep it going. And it was in the heat, and then, you know, I've been doing this for over 20 years, so I've done some personal training, but I've always took on clients that were athletes and that I could push. And so I had to take a step back and realize, like, I can't push, you know, I pushed him pretty hard to start with, but I can't push everybody the same way. So, you know, we kind of stopped doing that, reevaluated. Then we started the smoothie trailer. His kids do traveling softball. I was like, man, I wish there was a healthier option to have other than nachos and sodas.
Yeah.
So we started our smoothie trailer we do protein smoothies, fruit smoothies, different healthy options, and coffee. And so that was the start of that. And then we got plugged in with Spartan Race, so we go to all the Texas Spartan Race events with our trailer. And then we do local, you know, football games and stuff. Some places have let us in and some places haven't. But that was the next big step.
The Spartan races was kind of a big deal for you, though, right?
Right.
Yeah. Because you've told me the story. How did that happen? How did you get in with Spartan Race?
I brought it up, and then we were kind of just talking about it. It's like one day, maybe we can just take it out to these Spartan races when we go. But it started out just sending an email to Spartan, and then we ended up making our way through a couple people till we found the right person to talk to, and then we shared our social media with them and explained, you know, what we do at the Spartan races, how we got into them, and then built from there. We had to get them added, you know, to some of our insurance and stuff to cover, you know, their liabilities and stuff like that. And the concern was, can you keep up? We got a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so we tried to show them that we can. We kind of worked through some kinks to.
Yeah. The Spartan races, there's no running water. So you have to bring everything in that you're going to need.
Yeah.
Whether it be 55-gallon drums.
Ooh, sorry. How many people do you think you were seeing, like, within an hour?
Well, for the Spartan racers, there's between 7,000 and 20,000 people.
Yeah.
Depending on the event, but we would stay busy.
Was it just you two that were running the?
My wife and kids come out and helped. My wife helps a lot. She really helps us out a lot. She's a big help whenever we go out to these things. And then my kids get to run them. You know, it's so awesome to see it. Like,
Yeah.
being able to keep up with them. You know, get to run a 5K with my wife, and then go run another 2 miles with my middle daughter. And that wouldn't have happened 4 years ago.
What is something, so just speaking on the nutritional truck side, what is something that you guys have learned about yourselves as people running the nutrition truck?
I'll start. So we learn, and I think this goes for everybody, that we're a lot stronger than we thought we were. We weren't ready, but we had an opening day, we said it, and we said we're going to do it. The menu wasn't ready. We were still figuring out just the operation, never ran the trailer before, and didn't even do a soft opening with our friends, really. It was like, today's the day. Stephanie, she was the manager at Crunch at the time, and she's like, yeah, y'all come up here, park in the front. So we parked in the front, and they were our first customers. They came up, and they said, well, give me this. And we tried to make it, and it was a complete disaster. And we're like, our coffee person isn't here today. It was a frat. What else do you want? And then she wanted another one, and then we didn't have all the ingredients for it.
Yeah.
And like, she's like, well, what do you have? I was like, we got a bottle of water. This guy's like hiding in the corner. It's so bad. Like,
It was bad.
it was bad. You know, from that day to now, like, we are pros, we're experts. I mean, we've learned a lot. You know, it's crazy when you put your mind to something and you decide to do the research and put the time. You know, still while juggling family and work and everything else, it's people are a lot tougher than they probably realize.
How much, because I know it wasn't easy, how much time were you putting into like the nutrition side of things? How much time were you spending like with the truck? How much time were you spending like out and about? Because you're working full time and you have a family and you're still working out. How much of your time is going towards Crusaders?
Toward the Crusaders business?
The trailer?
Yeah,
The nutrition
Yes.
side.
Let's do the trailer side right now. How far?
So we hadn't got to spend as much time as we would like to, just because of all that stuff that we do have going on. Priorities are our job and our families, and
At the beginning, though, we hit it pretty hard.
yeah, in the beginning we were hitting it hard. Every little small gap of time that we had was filled with it, and it was a big struggle to be able to maintain that, being able to do that at the same time, and especially when there's not many people showing up, you know what you're giving up. You know, you're giving up little periods of family time to go do this, and then you get out there and there's nobody's coming. You know, it was some tough days, but when we had those tough days, it really gave us the like, let's pivot, let's go talk to this person, or let's go try this, and then we would, and it would get better, and then it would we'd have to pivot again, and it was pivot. You know, all these pivoting points that really led us to the Spartan race and to doing stuff like that, and focusing on areas where you have the right audience. You know, there's some things that we've gone to where we put a lot of effort into it, and you show up and there's nothing. It's just, it wasn't the right
Adult
place.
softball games, beers preferred over smoothies. So
Yeah.
We learned not to do tournaments.
Okay, you guys may have said this earlier. How long ago was it when you started the nutrition side? How long have you been at it?
April, about like
23.
Yeah, so it's not just over a year. It's barely over a
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
hustling. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys have came a long way in a year. So,
Yeah.
yeah. You go from nutrition to now what else are you into?
Yeah, so I'll grab these guys. So, you know, our goal is to be a just one-stop shop, you know, for all nutrition needs, whether it be lifting equipment, belts, knee sleeves, wraps, clothing line, you know, just to have everything that you might need for your fitness needs, supplements, eventually our own supplement line. But yeah, we transition, like we need to keep growing, like smoothies, clearly, like there's some profit, but it's not going to keep us floating, right? So I was like, well, let's keep growing. Like I love belts. We did a lot of research, found some good manufacturers. We came out with a great product, you know, that's probably comparable to anybody else, you know, I would say. But so we started off with these 10mm leather weightlifting belts with the buckles. And
How many different kinds of belts did you test and mess around with before you decided on this kind?
coming from the powerlifting background, I kind of knew
Yeah.
what I wanted and liked already. And I've used multiple brands, and I knew what was good and what wasn't. So I think I already knew what I was looking for.
So why did you choose this kind for your belts?
So the plan is to grow. Like we have these 10mm, we have the 6mm leather with the buckles. And then, we're gonna eventually get the Velcro more for like the CrossFitty bits. But yeah, this was the start. I was a power lifter, took second in state, did it up till I had a family and then kind of retired from it. But it was kind of what I've always enjoyed and liked. And
Yeah.
so I guess that was.
Let's hop into that for just a second. Did you guys play sports growing up? Did you? Yes. So what sports did you play?
So I played primarily football and powerlifting.
So the powerlifting background started a long time
A
ago.
long time ago.
Okay. How did you play sports?
I played football.
Football.
I rode the bench. Really good.
Hey,
Yeah.
we all need it sometimes.
Yeah. I still
Part of
loved it.
life.
Yeah. Still loved it.
Okay, so after high school, I'm assuming you did powerlifting in college?
Not in college, but I continued to do it outside of high school.
And then did you transition into any meets or anything like after college? Did you look into like powerlifting gyms?
As far as
Like-
opening or just going to?
Just going to for like your own personal.
Yeah, my background was the old Gold's Gym.
Yeah.
Kind of the gruntier, you were there to do work. And had the atmosphere where everybody there was kind of typically, on the same page. And it was accepted to grunt a little bit.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So that was my background for a long time.
Yeah. So you're knowledgeable. Okay, so going from like powerlifting and whatnot, do you still work out in that sense, like in a powerlifter's?
So during that time also I did a lot of bodybuilding. And if I could do it again, I would do it different. I kind of always trained as a powerlifter. Now that I've gotten older, like I still go moderately heavy, but a lot more volume, a lot more cardio in that sense, just to maintain the joints in the back, but still to get an optimum workout.
Yeah. How, because you are in the belt market, how are belts like these helpful for people who are lifting?
Yeah, these are great. So these offer tons of back support. When you first buy one, they're pretty rigid. You have to break it in, just like a pair of work boots or shoes. But the back support, they help with your posture and your form, and they offer that intra-abdominal pressure. So like as you're doing your squat or your heavy deadlift, it just keeps everything tight and allows you to use that pressure to also help move the weight. So yeah, form is extremely important when lifting heavy. These belts will help with that. They'll help just give you that support that you need.
You've got belts, you also have straps, right? Was it the same kind of process, like picking and choosing for straps, or are there just straps out there and you're just like, oh, just these? Like, do you get to create them like you get to create the belts?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have some that we were using before we started our own, and they just, once you start wrapping them, they get real stretched out, and they still work, but you're like, now you're going around your wrist more times than you would need to, and so we got these heavier, dutier, straps that last longer. They feel real tight. They go back to their form instead of stretching out and being, kind of flimsy. So.
And straps help with movements like deadlift and
Yeah, so we carry the straps, for deadlifting, heavy rows, anything that you got to hold the weight, where you don't want to concentrate on holding the weight, you want to concentrate on moving the weight with the right muscles. So to me, they're very important when targeting certain muscles, right? That way you're not just moving the weight, trying to hold on to it.
Yeah.
We carry the wrist wraps like he was talking about, the knee wraps, and the 7mm neoprene knee sleeves as well.
What do the knee sleeves do? When somebody comes to you and you are talking about knee sleeves, what is your pitch for that?
Right, so ultimately knee sleeves, they're not going to give you like the super tight, like you're at a powerlifting meet lifting your max. But like as you're getting older, like I wear them for all my leg days, sometimes back day, but they just give you that support where it just keeps everything tight in place so that you don't have that accident where you're going to throw your knee out or anything. And it does give you a little boost on some of your lifts and everything, just enough to kind of help you move the weight a little bit.
Where can people order from you or get in contact with you to get belts, straps, or knee sleeves?
Yeah, so we're local, but we also are crusadersforge.com. We have our website now. We got everything added. That's been a struggle too. You're taking pictures and attaching everything and all that stuff, which he's been knocking out at his house and
building a website.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so we talked about on the nutrition side how much time you guys are spending. How much time are you spending now running like your website and the pictures and the business side of everything? How much time are you able to put in right now? Like week-wise?
I'd say I probably put in 5 to 10 hours at least a week, and then he probably does at least the same. A lot of late nights, kids are in bed, like let's upload these photos or kids are out of town, like, let's take a minute, snap some photos, or we just recently paid somebody else to come take a couple more photos.
Yeah.
Just to see if we can get a different style and look. And,
It's a grind.
it's a grind. There's a lot of late nights and very early mornings.
So looking at everything you guys have accomplished now, what are you hoping to accomplish in the future? Like, do you have a goal, a 1-year goal, a 5-year goal? What kind of goals are you looking at for Crusaders Forge?
I think for me, I think within 5 years, have our own store. We just barely purchased a little commercial property, which has also been taking up some more of our time trying to figure that out. We've never been into the, owning something like that, a commercial property. So that's caused a couple really late days this week, like days that ran into the next morning and no sleep. So trying to sort that out at the same time, and hopefully we'll get to a point within 5 years where we'll be able to turn that property or another into our own store, where we can, be able to sell this stuff and supplements and everything that we like to use.
Get it out of our house would be nice.
Yeah.
Takes up a lot of space.
I can imagine. And then you add children on top of it, and it's everywhere. Okay, so what is something that you guys have done through what is something you guys have done working with this business, Crusaders, I have the hardest time. What is the proudest moment for you guys? It could be personal or it could be business.
With Crusaders Forge?
Yeah, just within, what is something that you've done that you're proud of?
I think for me, getting on with the Spartan was a big deal, but also the fact that I've been able to maintain my family life and my work life, keeping it all in balance. And I know that I've grown a lot from it. Like, I'm a much stronger person all around, and also my faith. We volunteer a lot of time at our church and the family, and then my kids' sports and then work. So just keeping it balanced. I haven't fallen off the ledge yet. So
that's good to. It's good to realize that too and see it working that way. Right. I can imagine you're like, okay, I can't deviate. You can't deviate from.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not gonna rob our children with our business.
Yeah.
So for our work,
Yeah. Some things had to take a back seat, but we always, whatever had to take the back burner, it wasn't, the things really important to us, our families and stuff like that. So finishing that 10K that first time, that was probably my biggest moment. Like, even though I've done like a 21 and I've done other stuff, but to go from a 5K where it was like, these people are crazy, to doing a 10K and then getting to wear a trophy for a week while you're hobbling, kind of hobbling around.
And he crushed it.
Yeah.
It wasn't just survived it, he crushed it.
Yeah.
That's a good feeling.
Yeah.
Really good.
What is your favorite obstacle in the Spartan race?
So my least favorite at the time was the bucket carry, which I still have a picture, like, I'm coming up over this.
Picture.
Yeah, yes, please.
Before and after.
Yeah, before and after. They're polar opposites. We're coming up over this hill, and you have to carry the bucket up the hill, and I kept setting it down, and this little, he's like a kid, volunteer kid at the bottom of the hill, and he's like, pick up the bucket, and he's like yelling up at me. And I'm dying, and I'm like, I hope I just die at the end of this hill and roll down, because I don't even want to go anymore. And he was in front of me, and he's running up, and he's like holding the bucket and like flexing, and the guy takes a picture, and then here I come, like dying, this little kid still yelling at me, and I barely made it through that race, but
they love to take your picture at the worst moment.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Worst moment. Yeah.
Capture that memory.
Yeah. When you're coming out of the water and your hat falls off and they catch your bald spot, and you're like, I'm not buying these pictures.
So is that your favorite now?
Now it is.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I got a little break, carry this bucket. Because I was lugging around 70 extra pounds, and now you carry this, I don't know if it's 40, 50-pound bucket, but it's like, I carried that around for years.
Yeah.
So now it's like, carry that around, like get a breather before I go, running again. So.
What is your favorite?
I don't know. They got the one was pretty hard for me was it's like a monkey bar, but it spins, so you gotta grab the next.
Oh.
And then some of the walls where you gotta shimmy up the wall, grab the rope, pull yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
I got a couple favorites.
I have had so many people tell me, you need to go try one. And I'm like, I know. But then I like hear more and more and I'm like, okay, now I'm scared.
Just do it.
Yeah.
It's fun. Make a weekend out of it.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Do you guys, because you do like doing the Spartan races, do you guys now train some things to like help you with it?
A lot of pull-ups and monkey bars,
Yeah.
for sure,
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was mostly running. Yeah, trying
Yeah.
to stay where you're staying steady, running to where you can go for a long distance, but be able to still talk to the person next to you. Like keep that momentum. Like you don't have to go really, really hard. You don't have to go really, really slow, but just keep a steady pace where you can still talk to the person next to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much running do you think you do? So the Spartan races are 5K. Are the obstacles like not included in that?
yeah.
Or
Yes, they're about every half mile.
okay, but it doesn't count as your mileage, or because you still have to go over them.
Right.
So it's all included, like 5K.
Yeah, it's all in, yeah. And then when you don't do it, you're supposed to do the 30 burpees, or sometimes they have an extra
Woo!
course, right? So you have to, all right, now go run this other quarter-mile track,
Yeah.
the penalty loop or something.
Oh my gosh.
It can add up if you.
Yeah.
The good thing is though, like unless you're competing, it's all for you versus you. You know,
Yeah.
like you don't have to do it. You know,
Yeah.
some people just skip it and say I'm beat.
Yeah. We just talked about your proudest moment and then we went down a path. What is your biggest struggle right now? It could be personally or on a business side.
Biggest struggle. I think when you hit these points where you're like, I achieved what I wanted, I feel good again, or you get to these points. So like David Goggins is, I've read David Goggins. Whenever we first started this little adventure, it was, I read David Goggins' first book and it really got me motivated. But I got to a point where it was, I thought I reached my goal and I kind of was slowing down. And then David Goggins came out with a second book. And so he kind of talked about the same thing in the second book where, now he's got all this fame and stuff going on, so he could have slowed down. So he had to find it in his mind and callous his mind to where he doesn't slow down and get back in there, keep getting up at 4. Like, I get a new job and I don't have to get up at 4, but or 3, we get up at 3:15 to go meet. So you keep doing that. Like, don't slow down.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta find that, which that's been hard,
Yeah.
really hard to keep going, especially when you don't have to, or it doesn't really have to fit your schedule like that anymore. You can change, but it's nice at 4 in the morning when nobody's there. You got your own.
I can
Everybody knows
imagine.
everybody, your own squad. I'm sure it's the same in the afternoons and the evenings when you're standing to machines, but
Depends on where you go.
yeah.
So what is your biggest struggle right now?
I guess we're kind of at the point now where we have the product, we're ready to just really start pushing it, but just the social media stuff and the editing and still just trying to keep everything contained between the commercial building we bought that we have people leasing part of it, keeping up with inventory, keeping up with the website, keeping up with social media, and still not breaking my balance with my family and everything else. So that's the biggest struggle right now.
Yeah. I feel that.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It is hard.
You only have 24 hours in a day. Okay, so I usually ask this question towards the end, but I'm going to ask it now because perfect slide in. If you had an extra 60 minutes in your day, how would you use it?
Spend it with my daughters, my wife.
Yeah.
Give it to them. Give them a solid 60.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, family's always the right answer, but I don't know.
Oh, you gotta be thinking something.
Yeah. Between, lack of sleep, of course, spending time with my family and my wife and resting and the business, I don't know, I could use a lot more than 60.
Give 15 minutes to each
Right.
one.
Yeah.
Break it up. Okay. My brain went. Zzz. I'm going to wrap us to a commercial break, and then we'll hop back in.
Okay.
Right? All right, you guys, we are going to hear a word from our sponsors, and we will be back soon. All right. How are you guys feeling?
We're fine.
All right.
Seems like it's going good. We're talking about enough.
Yeah. Sometimes I get to rambling.
It's okay. I am gonna adjust this to right here just to see if it makes a difference. I have no idea what it's doing.
Yeah, because I'm like talking this way.
Yeah. Usually I have a social media manager. She's usually in for episodes, but because it's summertime and her kids are home and all that jazz, it's been a lot of like just me, and so I'm like, I have to go check.
Right.
I have to go
It's
check.
only good.
Hey y'all, I'm Stephen Hambright,
And I'm Ashley Hambright.
and we're the Hambright Team Realtors with Coldwell Banker Legacy.
Welcome home. We know you have a lot of choices when it comes to selecting a realtor, so we want to tell you a little bit about us and why the Hambright team would be the perfect fit to help you buy or sell your next home.
First of all, we're a lot of fun.
Stephen, nobody cares about that.
Well, it doesn't hurt.
But really, it's important to have a realtor that's knowledgeable about market conditions in your area, available inventory that meets your needs, and of course, having an agent that's experienced in guiding you through the entire process of buying and selling a home from start to finish.
Coldwell Banker Legacy is a great company with an incredible history and reputation. We are continuously provided with so much support, whether that is professional development or better ways we can assist our clients in reaching their goals.
And we know buying a home is a huge moment in people's lives, so being chosen to be part of that journey is such an honor, especially in San Angelo. We strive to do whatever it takes to help our clients find the perfect home.
As realtors, our clients are the reason for everything we do. Listening to a client's needs and requests, being available for questions, and making sure they're treated the same way we would like to treat our friends and family are among the top priorities for us.
We're parents, we work full-time, we volunteer in the community, we understand crazy lives, so we know life can be messy.
But buying or selling a house doesn't have to be. Call the Hambright team.
And we are back. So how do you guys know each other?
We've known each other since we were around middle school.
Yeah.
I know we went to high school together. I knew his, I was working with his brother-in-law for a prison in Robertson. I worked with him, and he was married to his sister, so we even still had, me and him were like best friends, for years. Even still to this day, he still works with us, and he's still real close, but we've been close for, how long ago was it? Middle school.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Long time.
Yeah. 20?
2000.
Yeah. 20 years? 20 something. Been a long time. Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard to find good people you can trust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did that make it easier going into business together because you knew each other for so long?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
probably
say,
would've happened.
yeah, we worked together on the wind turbine, so we were able to maintain that professional working relationship. Like, we never let our friendship, ever get in the way of how we managed the work or completed our job. So, well, we can do it here. We can take this to an outside business as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like our job, our jobs were our bread and butter. This feeds my family, and we both have that same mentality. Like this is important. Same thing with this business. Like this is we're taking, money that from here and putting it here, like, let's make sure we invest it the right way.
Yeah.
So we're, both had that same mentality of, like, let's take care of our bread and butter, that our family's dependent on us.
Okay, you guys work out together, right? How many days a week do you guys work out?
Typically 4.
Typically 4.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday,
All of those at 4 a.m.?
3.
3?
Yeah. Saturday we sleep in.
Yeah. Sleep in as in like 5 a.m.?
Yeah. That's late.
Yeah. Okay, what time do you guys usually go to bed to be able to maintain the early morning workout?
I refuse to stay up past 9 o'clock. Mid-movie, whatever's going on, like, I'm out.
Yeah. What time do you go to bed?
It's usually later than that, but at 9 o'clock, I try to shut it down and go to bed. Sometimes my little one comes in there and wants to watch TV, and it's like, all right.
You don't get those moments back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so 4 days a week, how long are your workouts?
Our workout's about an hour.
An hour.
It's a very intense workout.
Yeah.
I've had to pull over, like driving home and pull over to get my composure back so I can drive.
Oh.
He faked a stroke on a leg day one time.
Not a fake. He faked a stroke.
Okay, so walk me through like what let's say like leg day. Everybody loves leg day. What does a leg day look like for you?
We start out on bench press.
Oh.
Yeah. Try to.
So normally 10 minutes on the treadmill. Lately we've been doing a lot of sled, so we'll add a 45 on each side, like at crunch, for example. So it'll be a push, pull, as fast as you can go, along with lunges and then like an ab. So that's kind of our warm-up. And normally new guys are like, that was the warm-up,
Yeah.
And then we'll jump into like a superset. So we do lots of superset, like keep going. So we'll do extensions, hamstring, calves. There's 3 of us. So it's 30, like 15, 12. We'll do like 3 sets of just each rotation. From there, we'll go do like a heavy squat. And even then, like we're supersetting with some calves or something. But we'll do like a plate, 2 plates, 3 plates, 4 plates, sometimes 5. For the 10 reps or so every set. And then from there we'll go do like a moderately heavy leg press with 5 to 7 plates, and we'll do drop sets of 10, 10, 10 per set for 3 sets. And then normally after that, I miss anything.
No, that's pretty good. Yeah, and I think that doing these super sets with each other and drop sets, having somebody strip the weights whenever you're going to do your next sets. I think it's good to have like your squad, your little crew that you go with, because it's kind of changed here and there, like depending on what everybody's got going on in their lives, but we got our own little squad that we go with, our own little crew, and we push each other, so there's not a lot of talking, like there is some, but most of the time it's just him yelling at us for taking too long on the but
Are you mean?
I like to think I'm motivating.
Yeah. You have another one.
Let's go. I don't let them cut themselves short. You're doing your 30 reps. We can drop some weight, but you're doing the reps.
Yeah. Do you guys take time for stretching, recovery, those kind of things?
I haven't been, or I know it's really important too, but
Yeah.
I take time for warm up, and I need to take more time for stretching. You really feel it, especially now. It feels like just cables twisted up. I mean,
I have been more, and I wish I would have done it a long time ago, but most definitely reaping some benefits from the stretching.
Yeah.
Less knots and just more range of motion and all that good stuff.
You guys should look into foam rollers.
I do. I love the foam roll. We got one of the little balls where you can put it in your back.
I love those. Yeah. Okay. What are your guys' nutrition like? What is breakfast looking like? What's lunch? What's dinner? Do you splurge?
I don't really feel like I splurge anymore. Like my diet, like whenever I was doing that diet before, I didn't even really feel like I was on a diet. I was just thinking like, I'm not gonna drink soda. I'm gonna have to drop sweet tea. I mean, that was my thing. And then I love barbecue, Cooper's Barbecue, you know, was going there all the time. It's like cutting out potato salad and like cutting out any potatoes or bread with certain stuff. I knew I'd get some carbs, but I wasn't like no croutons on the salad, you know. It wasn't like that. It was like whenever I was really hungry, I'd just get a big salad with double chicken, you know, and I wouldn't, even on my cheat day was a steak and a potato. You know, that was cheat day, and it was great. I'd get it was sometimes I was really dragging because I wasn't getting all the nutrients I needed to, especially when I was trying to drop that weight real fast. So, you know, cheat day was steak and a potato, and I was grateful for it. And then I'd go back to the other stuff. But I didn't really feel like I was on a diet. I felt good. I was eating cleaner, but it wasn't.
Do you track your food?
I do not.
Okay.
For me, a little different, and even like he said, like these last couple of years, my focus, because going from like a bodybuilding diet where, you know, you're either on the diet or you're off the diet, and you know, you're eating 5-6 meals, we're counting calories, counting carbs, fats, proteins, and you know, like now a lot of our passion is to help like the moms and dads that, you know, they don't have time to weigh out all their food, so it's like, and we're trying to practice this now, but making healthy lifestyle changes. Like you don't need a triple meat, triple cheeseburger every time you go to Whataburger. Like get a salad, right? You know, like you said, splurge. Like, well, I'll have a cheat meal. Like, hey, it's pizza night at the house. We're eating pizza. But I still have a lot of my habits of bodybuilding, and just the workouts I do. Like you do need to fuel your body. So like for breakfast, I'll do 6 eggs and like a half a cup of oatmeal. 10 o'clock, I'll do a pack of tuna and some peanut butter. Lunch, I'll have some chicken or ground beef or turkey with maybe some rice or a little bit of carbs. And then, you know, another snack around 3 o'clock, whether it's a shake or some more tuna or just some leftovers. And then, you know, a dinner around 5 or 6 with no carbs, good protein, a salad or something. And that's kind of been the go-to lately.
Are you eating before your workout?
I don't.
Do you feel a difference, like, when you don't eat before your workout?
I did. Now I've gotten used to it. So yeah, it's kind of hard at first. Or I have moments where I, you know, feel a little shaky, but for the most part, I feel really good.
You're hungry when you get done, though, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's crazy. But yeah, it's crazy how your body can adapt, right? Like in our mind, like, oh, I should be starving right now. But like, you know, there's a lot of power in your mind. You know, your body doesn't always have to run the show. Like I said, you don't always have to eat just because you feel like you're starving. Because I do fasting. I'll fast 24 hours once a week, like lunch to lunch. And I've learned through that, like, you know, I feel like I'm starving around lunchtime, but it's because my mind's so used to eating lunch. But an hour after, like, I feel like I ate lunch. Like, I'm not even hungry, you know? So I've learned, like, you don't always have to listen to your body just because your body says something.
I only know one other person that does the 24-hour fasting. How did you get hooked on that?
A large part of it's spiritual, fasting and denying yourself and denying your body, and then I've reaped the physical benefits of it too. It's helped me, I believe it speeds up my metabolism. I just feel better. Like, I don't like the feeling of just being always stuffed or full all the time, so I just feel like it cleans out the body, drink tons of water, gets those toxins out, and now I'm hooked. I have weeks where I'm like, I'm not gonna fast today.
Yeah.
It's a crazy week, whatever. My mind's not right, I don't always fast, but at least 3 out of the 4 weeks I fast.
How much fluids are you drinking? It's summertime, it's hot. Are you drinking a gallon? Are you drinking over a gallon? Do you not know? Do you know?
I personally don't track it too much, probably at least over a gallon.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I drink a lot of water. I feel like I'm dehydrated all the time. I'm constantly drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys take supplements like creatine? Do you supplement protein?
Yeah.
Anything fancy?
Yeah, we, I like the ISO, the Dimetized ISO 100, and that's what we serve in our trailer. Protein, occasionally creatine stack, occasionally we'll do triggerless DHEA, kind of get the natural testosterone levels up.
What is that?
DHEA, triggerless, and what was the other one? Not vinegary, but they're just kind of all natural, like testosterone boosters that promote natural testosterone. Pretty cheap.
Do you guys sell them through Crusaders Forge?
Not yet.
Not yet. Is that something you might offer in the future?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I was thinking, learning all this stuff. I'll try and add one thing just to see how you feel. Like like you're saying, listen to your body. And that DHEA and Tribulus was probably one of the biggest ones for me that helped, that I really felt. So I kept it going.
Do you guys have a gym goal that you're working towards? Is there a certain like PR you want, or is there some kind of agility or fitness goal that you would like to work towards?
I have limit, because like now, like I'm not trying to really impress anybody. I just want to feel good. So like bench, I want to be able to do like 10 reps of 315, and then I'll be good. And then I want to stay there. And then, same thing with deadlift. I want to get to where I don't really know what that is yet. Which I think is cool, like getting the, like deadlift, I never liked the deadlift. I never even really tried it because I didn't know the right, do I do the sumo way or do the traditional, and then once you find your groove with it and it feels good, then I'm trying to like make my way up now, but I don't really know where I want to be yet. Same thing with whether it's squat but I'm not really looking for any type of PR. I just want to I know there's like a certain number where I want to get, and then just stay consistent to feel like I feel good at this spot. Let's just keep it maintained right here and keep going. So I don't even know what my PR is or would be.
What about you?
For me, like I kind of feel like I want to break the stigma. Like I'm 37, almost 38, but I want to be in the best shape of my life at 40. All right, so that's my goal, is like to keep up with the running and the cardio and the stretching and the moderate weightlifting, and just like to be very healthy, just ripped, and just overall physique and health by 40.
Do you feel like you're in the best shape of your life now?
Overall health, yes.
Yeah.
Fitness level,
Yeah. Okay, so why do you guys work out where you work out? I've asked this, so it's something Taryn and I have talked about between season 2 and season 3, is we are having these people on, but it's like, why do you choose where you choose to work out?
So I do also have a home gym, a garage gym, and so occasionally I'll work out there. Some like seasons, like if everybody's hitting it hard, we're in the groove, we're getting results. I'll go to the gym, and then like, all right, everybody needs a break. Like I'll stay at home a little bit, work out there. So we have a membership at Crunch, and we have a membership at TrueFit. We want to support local businesses. We like both those gyms because they don't really, like we don't live crazy anymore, but they have the turf, they have all the weights. Right now, like today, we worked out at TrueFit, and they're just really supportive. They have everything we need, and there's a lot of great people in both gyms, and it's good to check them out.
Yeah.
It was good to have a routine, like where you were at, but then it gets to a point where you just want to move to a different, I don't know, kind of atmosphere, feel it out.
Yeah.
So kind of bouncing around. Like I'm messaging another gym now. What was it we were talking about? West Texas Strength.
Yeah.
We want to start going over there. So
Popping your head in.
It's like multiple gym memberships, but kind of shifting around and just playing with it. If you get to where you're bored, pivot, So that's kind of what I'm doing. Like, did a little bit at the YMCA for a little while.
I think for people like that don't go to the gym or they're scared to death, right? Like, I think the fitness community, for the most part, like, man, everybody is so supportive. So it's nice, like, to have a support group at Crunch and have a support group at TrueFit and, West Texas Strength or wherever you're at. Like, you do have your occasional people that it's all ego and, they're in it for themselves.
Yeah.
And for the most part, like, most people, like, they're willing to help or, give you hints or just, we've had guys, like, go up and shake their hand like, that was awesome, man. Like, I don't even know who you are, but they're just pumped up around the atmosphere. So it's good to check out other gyms and communicate and get to know people.
San Angelo has a really good pick of fitness, and I have found, because I've popped into a bunch of different gyms, and everybody's so friendly. Most times you're running into somebody that they don't mind.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even this gym, we've never been in here, but it's, it's a nice gym.
Yeah,
They
they're
have
friendly
lots of-
here too. They kind of just took me in. I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Is there any part of your fitness journeys that we haven't touched on?
So like I said, I started way back, middle school training. Always had the dream of being the pro powerlifter bodybuilder. Went down, some darker roads. I got into some of the drug abuse and, to follow that dream. I remember the point, like, I was pretty young. And it's like, if I'm really going to pursue this, like, I have to make a decision, right? Either stay natural or not to stay natural. And, I chose, like, this is my dream. I'm pursuing it. I'm going all in. And went down that road, and, it wasn't always as beautiful. And, everybody looks like these bodybuilders, like they're the healthiest people, and that's not always the case. And then just transitioning from living that selfish lifestyle, me, big as I could be, lifestyle to, finding Jesus, starting a family, changing from like midlife crisis at 30. I gave up bodybuilding. Now it's like, let's be healthy, let's be fit, let's promote just overall health and fitness.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped taking all the supplements for 5 years. Went to the doctor, had testosterone of an 80-year-old woman, got on some TRT, from the doctor, and that's helped me tremendously. And now it's just feel great. That's the goal, to feel great when I'm 40, keep up with the kids. And so, yeah, it's a real hard transition. I've seen both sides of the fitness industry.
Do you think taking steroids affected you, like mentally, and do you think it affected like your hormones of where they are now?
Absolutely, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it just, they say they're not addictive like other drugs, but they are addictive in other ways. And, when you have that goal of reaching a certain peak level, they work in the short term, but in the long term, they'll hurt your body, if abusing them. And then you're buying them off the black market, so who knows what you're taking half the time.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, like it completely ruined my natural testosterone levels. For 5 years, I was, like I said, in the 200-300s.
Mm-hmm.
Then, I went to the doctor, did it the right way, got prescription, and, now I'm kind of back at a normal level. Feel
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Do you regret doing that?
I think about that a lot. I feel like God's got a purpose, and I don't know, I'm assuming that was part of the purpose for why I did it. And now, like, the goal is to, take what I've learned, what it's done, and to, maybe help others. Like, steroids aren't always the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Even the bodybuilding world's got so crazy now where there's tons of, like, these younger guys just dying from, just the abuse and supplements and insulin and growth hormone and all that good stuff. So, like, there is alternatives, like, to just going down that road.
Yeah. Does the gym help you guys mentally? Like, when you're working out, are you also working mentally?
I'd say 200%, yeah. My brain works better, I feel better. Just, your day is completely different when you go to the gym versus when you don't. Like, I don't know, I just feel everything's working better. Whether it's not just your body, it's your brain. I don't know if it's like the blood flow from the pump or what. Like, I don't know. It's just everything's just like alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the endorphin rush is crazy. Like, if I miss a week, like, I'm getting grouchy, getting a little moody, like.
Your kids are like, go back.
Go, yeah. So, yeah, for sure, it's most definitely.
Yeah. Is there any part of your fitness journey that we haven't touched on?
No, I think, I don't know, I think even some of the tougher trials, like even before the fitness journey thing, having COVID and the seeing a cardiologist stuff and all the kind of health problems, like it was tough, but it was also like I wouldn't be doing this right now if I didn't have, like, it was almost like a blessing in a certain way. We probably wouldn't have started this business. I probably wouldn't have, done anything that I've done had I not hit a point where it was like, this is enough. Like I've got to do something. I have to. And then showed up that 4 a.m. that first day, and it just got easier. Something I thought was going to be so hard. Like there's no coming back from this, and it was a completely wrong mentality. And now it's like, not only was I able to lose the weight and do all this other stuff, now it's just like we want to show other people. I just want somebody to feel this, like just feel it for a day and you'll want it.
Yeah.
But it's how do you do that?
You can't.
How do you there's like no words. Like how do you?
They have to experience it for themselves.
Right.
Yeah. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there any part of Crusaders Forge that you guys would like to share? Is there anything we missed on that topic?
Just thank you to all the people that helped us, really. Like I want to thank like a lot of people. I mean, there's we got Aguirre Bookkeeping out of Cristobal. She really saved the day for us. We didn't know what we were going to do financially. She came in and saved the day, and she's still doing it now. But the people in Cristobal, they're so amazing people out in Cristobal and San Angelo. I mean, there's awesome people everywhere, and I'm a pretty big introvert. Like I don't really talk to anybody, so even trying to like do any of this stuff, like I don't even. If I turn on my camera and I see myself, I'm like, God. Like, yeah. So it's like, I don't know. I don't really even like. It was hard to even talk to people at all. Period. And,
Yeah.
But once you do, and you're like, there's good people everywhere. But it's just been awesome, just with everybody in Cristobal, the whole community there, we're pretty close with. And then, and everybody in all the gyms that we've been working out since, all the people at Spartan, and I mean, I could go on and on. I know I'm probably missing a ton of people, but like there's just good people everywhere. Church, our head pastor was working out with us for a while. We have stories for days, really, just kind of the trials that you go through. But if you get to a point where you're really hurting, go to the gym with us. We'll be there,
Yeah, it's so crazy. Like you're so afraid, even like the Spartan thing. It's like, you strike out every, swing that you don't swing at. It's like, let's just ask them, like, what can they do? Tell us no, know, and yeah, come on, and like Stephanie, when she was managing Crunch, like, oh, how cool would it be in the parking lot of Crunch with our smoothie trailer? And let's just ask her. She's like, yeah, come on, It's like you get so afraid to talk to people and just ask and offer them something too, like, we're bringing smoothies, we're bringing nutrition to your front door and helping you out too, and we give their staff like 50% off, and the managers, give them free stuff and hook them up, and they've done drawings where like, hey, we're gonna throw in some belts, but it's just like you said, there's a lot of good people that if you just ask for a little help or whatever, they're willing to help you out.
It's also great advice.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to ask.
Yes.
Don't take advantage or abuse, but
Yeah.
ask for help, and people will normally say yeah.
I think that's partially the beauty of being in a smaller town too, because there is so much connection to so many people. I've had somebody come on and talk about like they grew up in Dallas, and so like it's harder to form, there's a lot of people there, but it's harder to form like the community wise. And I think like once you put yourself out there, and then the ball kind of starts rolling, it just eventually just catches on.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yes, new small business, and trying to bring some new stuff to San Angelo and to the world, and I guess we're just gonna see where it takes us.
Yeah. All right, you guys, we are going to hop over to another commercial break, and we will be back soon. All right. We will go into some rapid fire questions. Welcome to Hera Health, an innovative women's health and aesthetic clinic created, well, by women. Hera Health specializes in hormonal therapy, aesthetics, PCOS, peri and menopause phases, postpartum, and weight loss. Now maybe you're questioning, why do I need to visit Hera? If you are exhausted, maybe you have low libido, you have some stubborn weight to lose, maybe you have painful periods, or you just don't feel like yourself, or maybe you're looking for a confidence boost. Hera Health should be your go-to place. When you enter those doors, you are greeted by like-minded women who understand your concerns and fears. Hera Health also offers aesthetic care like dermal filler, microneedling, medical-grade skincare products, and so much more. They also offer a wellness program to help with your workouts and nutrition. You can book your appointment online at herahealthpllc.com or give them a call at 325-238-7286. Healthcare for women by women. What would you do with an extra 60 minutes in your day? Do you go for a walk? Do you pick up the weights? Maybe you even help a friend. There are 1,440 minutes in a day. Here at Fitness 1440, we believe in making every minute count. Spend some of those minutes here with us on our turf zone, in our free weights area, the cold plunge, the sauna, and personalized small group fit classes because we are open 24/7. Fitness 1440 is family owned, which means you are giving back to the San Angelo community when you spend time with us. Our members are like family here, and we take pride in our cleanliness. Use code 1445 to receive your first month free and join the Fitness 1440 community today. That's 1440 VIBES. And don't forget to make every minute count. So we are back. We are going to hop into some rapid fire questions. I do these questions every single episode. So my first question is, how much protein do you eat in a day? Do you know?
I consume about 200 to 300 grams. Probably more around 2 to 250 most days.
Yeah. How much do you weigh?
About 220.
Okay, so you're overshooting just a
I
little
always
bit.
learn
But
a gram and a half per pound of lean body
Yeah.
mass.
yeah. Do you know how much protein you eat?
I have no idea.
No.
I'm making up a number.
You would be surprised that that answer comes up a lot more than people that actually know how much protein they eat. Do you take pre-workout?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What kind of pre-workout? What is the brand?
I like changing it up, but
Jack 3D is our favorite.
yeah.
Yeah.
it's the best.
Small scoop, doesn't mess with the stomach on an empty stomach. Hits with a bang.
Does it have good flavor?
It has the best flavor.
Oh,
You've never tried it, the pineapple's amazing.
Yeah.
that's one pre-workout that nobody's mentioned yet, so yeah. What is your favorite lift or exercise?
Mine's squats.
Oh, not for me.
Ultimate battle, you versus you.
Yeah.
Squats or deadlifts.
Yeah.
For sure.
What is your favorite?
I'm starting to dig deadlift more, but really at the dumbbell press. Just knowing I started at the 40-pound dumbbells, and now I'm at the end of the rack. So that's been my favorite. Like I want
That's
to
awesome.
stay at the end of the rack, and yeah.
That's awesome. What is your least favorite lift or exercise?
The sled.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. That one's terrible every time.
Yeah.
It's needed.
Can be pretty brutal. What is one thing that you eat or drink every single day?
I eat at least 5 eggs every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine more chicken. I could eat chicken every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is one thing that you do intentionally every day?
Read my Bible. It's probably for sure every day.
Probably what should be my answer, but it hasn't been. I've been into it more, but I would say every day. That's a tough one. I don't know. It feels like a blur every day. It's like, is it today or last week?
I'll help you. Do you brush your teeth every day?
Bingo.
I hope so. Lie if not, no.
Do you read or listen to audiobooks?
Both.
Both. What are you currently reading?
I just finished reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad on audio. In the Bible. Can't remember what to say. Yeah, I think I'm about to start figuring out which one to read next.
Yeah.
I do the Audible, a lot of audiobooks. I've kind of been like bouncing in between some. And there's some that whenever we're on road trips, like something maybe my kids like they're interested in, so I can get invested in what they're interested in, so I'll listen to an audiobook of whatever it is they're interested in, so I can talk to them about it.
Yeah. All right. What time do you wake up in the morning to get to the gym?
3:15.
3:15.
Yep.
Okay. If you had your own gym, what is the number one must-have? What is the number one thing that you'd be like, this?
Mine would be something like obstacle course type thing, like the Spartan stuff, like how they have it. It's something to practice on that you don't really get to practice on much.
That's
because it's
actually-
something different.
That's a good idea, because you don't see that here.
Yeah.
I always thought it'd be cool, but you don't see it very often. But on top of the gym with everything in it, but have a
Yeah.
nutrition store inside the gym.
Yeah. Yeah. There's not too many places like that here. Yeah. Of course, it would be your nutrition, right?
Right.
If you could give anybody honorable mention, who would it be and why?
Just one person.
You have to pick one person. Honorable mention.
I want to be my wife. She's really reluctantly backed me up more than anybody. Yeah. She's just awesome.
That's a good one.
My wife wasn't always as supportive as his wife. I guess just Mike,
Yeah.
his business partner.
Yeah. Woo!
Wouldn't have done it without him.
Yeah.
Okay, my last question for you guys. What is the best advice that you could give anybody listening out there right now? What's the best advice you have in your head?
For me, I think it's you're stronger than you think you are, and don't be afraid to start. Like, don't have those regrets when you're dead. And trust God. Believe like we wouldn't be here without Him. Those are my biggest things. Like, just do it. You're strong. Do it for yourself. Do it for your families, and don't be afraid to take that first step.
Yeah.
Yeah. I pray hard. I mean, it really helped me. I feel like there's no way I can do this. And then it was like one prayer, and it was like the next day, it was like, it just got easier and easier every day. Still weird to even I don't know. It's almost like, I don't know, it saved me. It really did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then get it. Just once you go, get it. Try to be the hardest working person in there. That's why I like going at 4. I got less people to compete with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of people in there killing it, and I'm like, golly, I gotta pick it up.
Do you guys have any last words?
Just thanks for watching this. Thanks for supporting Shelby.
Yeah.
And check out CrusadersForge.com, nutrition, Facebook, Instagram, all the good stuff.
Yeah. All right, you guys, that is another end to an episode. Make sure you download, like, and subscribe. And you can find us on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and Facebook. Have a beautiful day, friends. Bye.